Hi folks, it is time for science. This is your agenda for Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. This week we are going to be investigating evidence for evolution. On our agenda today is some housekeeping updates, some actively learn assignments, and working on that roadmap. Also make sure that you're taking the attendance quiz before 3:59 p.m. Some folks have been submitting those late, and that's really bad because I want to make sure that you're interacting with the materials and online and can get help during the school day. And by submitting those late, I can tell that you're kind of putting it off, and that's not the best way to go about this online learning deal. So let's go ahead and hop into Google Classroom. In the stream, I do have our usual kind of screencast things. Obviously, I'm recording it, so the screencast isn't up yet. But we do have our agenda, so you can read through that. And the other important thing is to take a look at the housekeeping updates, which I'm going to go through right now. And these are just some kind of frequently asked questions and things people have been wondering about since we started online learning. So, I'll first talk a little bit about the grading policy. I've had a lot of questions and I wanted to kind of go over these in a blanket so everyone's on the same page. If you have more questions than what I address here, please reach out to me and I'm happy to answer those. So, first question that I've gotten quite a few times are, how are your actively learn assignments graded? Because I know that there have been some technical difficulties. It might have counted you off for some reason. I get it. So these assignments are graded by completion because we're trying to take actively learn as a learning experience, not an assessment. And we want to just make sure that you're taking the time and doing the assignments, and not necessarily that you're getting all the questions right. Because if you are using those questions to support your learning, you can go back and learn from your mistakes and try to understand maybe why something was marked as wrong, and take your time and do your best. Please remember, though, to get that completion credit that you are joined in the Actively Learn classroom in order for me to see your attempts and get credit. This is going into the practice and participation category of Infinite Campus. Some weekly quiz concerns. We are still doing weekly quiz. They're opened when class begins on Thursday and close at 11:59 p.m. on Friday. You should still be, even with that large window, you should make sure that you try and complete them same amount of time in class, the 15 minutes, and that you are using your notes only. This is not Open Partner and Open Google. To make it a little bit easier on you and a little bit easier on us, these will always be in the form of multiple choice, true, false, or checkbox grid. We are not having subjective or short answers. I will release your grade with the adjusted half credit attempt value, and it takes a little bit of time for me to go through each one individually, so just be patient when you're waiting for your quiz scores, and please do your part by submitting your quiz on time. If it is late, then that really slows down that process. These are still added to the weekly quiz category in Infinite Campus. We are still doing roadmaps. I do have the timeline posted. Please be working on it bit by bit so you're not rushing to get it done. One thing that you'll notice, and hopefully you've kind of taken note if you're looking at that timeline, is you do not need to complete the to know and be able to explain to a friend section. Just do the vocab, figures, and ideas to ponder. And the figures is similar to the review guide in the last roadmap. Draw the figures on a separate sheet of paper and take pictures and either include them in the actual document or include them in the assignment submission. You are also welcome to do like an MS Paint drawing or a Google drawing if you find that easy. And remember to paraphrase. I saw a lot of y'all were copy and pasting definitions from the internet. Don't do it again. That's not how we learn. And missing work. If you had something marked as missing, reach out to me. You may not get full credit, but you may receive partial credit and be able to turn some of those assignments in. Some missing work will be impossible to make up, but you're welcome to inquire about some alternate assignments. A little bit more about missing work. I have been getting some emails about you marked blank as missing, but I turned it in. And if that happens, feel free to reach out. But a common reason that I've been seeing this is that you are not submitting your work to Google Classroom directly. If you are emailing me your work or sharing it as a Google Doc, that pretty much guarantees it's going to get lost in the flood of hundreds of emails I receive each day. So please, please, please save us both the frustration. I want to give you credit for the work you did, but if it's not submitted to the right place, I can't give you a grade. Think of it this way. If I asked you to turn an assignment in to the assignment bin, and you go and you turn it into the recycling bin, I am not going to find or look for your paper in the recycling bin. If you turn it in where it's supposed to be turned in, there will be no problems. All of this, and then one last one, will there be a final? Yes, but it will not be an exam. We'll provide you some more details as we get closer to the end of the year, but expect some sort of project to demonstrate your understanding this semester. This all to be said that as long as you are actively engaged and responsive and doing what's expected to you, as I like to put it, you are playing ball, then your grade is either going to stay the same or go up. If you are not doing these things, then you are at risk of your grade being lowered for the classroom. So, don't panic too much. If you're having any issues with technology or you're feeling overwhelmed, please let me know and communicate if you need extra support for anything. I am here to support you and here to help you succeed, not to make this harder on you. You can reach out to me. The best way to do that is going to be by coming and seeing me during a live session, either during class time or office hours, but email is also a good option. The advantage of reaching out via Hangouts Meet is that you will get an immediate answer and it's very easy versus with email, you have to write the email, you have to wait for me to reply. Hangout seems like a better option. And last thing is there's no school on Friday. The district is honoring your 4-day weekend, but I will keep due dates open until the end of the day on the 14th if you need some extra time to work on the quiz, for example. So hopefully that helps clarify some questions. Again, if you have other questions that I did not address, please let me know and I'm happy to help you out. Let's go ahead and exit out of that and take a look at the classwork for Tuesday. So first off, you'll see all of the stuff from last week, and then we'll scroll down to the assignments for this week. I am keeping this in chronological order, so you will have to go to the sort of bottom of the assignments. So you have your attendance question that'll go live at 7, and then we are working on Actively Learn again. This week you have 4 reading assignments. We have the links right here. I do suggest doing them in that order, but it's perfectly fine as long as you get through all of the assignments by the end of the week. I am just going to check them and make sure that you completed them at the end of the week. If you're having trouble with Actively Learn and need some help, please let me know and I can assist you. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same as last week. Also the same as last week is please be working on your evolution roadmap. Do it in these little bits and pieces, a few vocab a day, a few questions a day, and suddenly it's done. And that's your Tuesday. Make sure to do the attendance question. Also complete the Actively Learn. And then last but not least, be working on that roadmap. I'm available during class time on Hangouts if you need help, as well as through email. I wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you next time. Bye!